everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today I am talking about a Kickstarter pen, and it is the Moonlit pen. And I must admit, I didn't really know a lot about it when I got it in, because I'm not the one who supported the Kickstarter. Brownie is. He had it sent here, but I'm excited to look at it with you guys and just look at the component parts and like unbox it together. So let us switch the shot and go look at this pen. Okay, here we have the box that the Moonlit pen came in. So the Moonlit pen is a Kickstarter pen by Takayuki Suzuki. I didn't really hear much about it before being sent this pen. I had to actually look up a bunch of stuff. And I opened the box, but I didn't really look at the pen very closely. So this experience for me is like also the first that I'm really seeing it. I don't even know if there's like a converter or a cartridge in here, but we'll see. So this is the box. It comes with a white sleeve. Naturally, I took that off and then opened the box. I see there's a note in here, and it's kind of a long note. And there's like something specific about closing the cap that worries me a little bit, makes me nervous to actually open and close this pen. So it says press it slightly and turn it in the loosening direction to make it click, then turn it into the tightening direction to tighten it smoothly. So we're gonna experience what that is like. But yeah, it's freaking me out a little bit. Okay, don't think there is a converter in here, but we'll see. This is an Ebonite pen, and there were couple different versions, I think 6 or 7, and the differences were in the material right here. So there were different colors there. This is the green one, and there is probably a specific name to it that I'm gonna quickly look up right now, because why not? And it's all Ebonite, so this whole thing is Ebonite. Oh, it's Green Wave. That's what it's called. Green Wave. Now, it's really hard to see. I'm going to up the lighting a little bit, but it might still remain kind of hard to see. Green Wave. It is a very subtle color, and it is kind of beautiful. It feels really nice in the hand. I don't know if you guys have ever like held Ebonite pens, but they are really nice to the touch. This is the branding on the pen. Right there, it's very subtle and is very long. Like this pen is very, very long. I don't know exactly what the grip is. I'm assuming this is gonna be the grip, but then it's like super long. Now I'm assuming you can't post this pen because this cap does not look postable. But yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see what it's like in actuality. I'm kind of nervous about opening the cap because of those specific instructions. Okay. Okay. Ooh, there it is. And it has a Bach nib. A very gold colored Bach nib. I don't believe it's actually gold. I think it's just a metal nib. But it's Bach branded. And it looks like a number 6. So it's a nice large nib on this pen, and I was right. This is definitely the grip. The instructions also say that you have to be careful with Ebonite because it can stain. So I am gonna ink it, but I'm gonna be very careful about it. I'm probably gonna put ink in the converter and then put it in the pen to make sure that I don't stain the section. Now, yeah, you can unscrew it here. And there is a converter in here. It's a Schmidt. That's pretty good. I like Schmidt converters, and I'm happy it came with one. And I am going to ink it up off camera in a second. I just want to look at that length. It is so large. Like, it is really, really long. It's just giant. It's not heavy at all. Ebonite is a really light material, which makes it like okay to use, but I wonder what the reason is for the length of this pen. Like, I think I would have enjoyed it more if it was like that, but instead it has like another inch of material. Anyway, let me quickly ink this pen and I'll be right back. All right, I have it inked up. I didn't put a lot of ink in it because I am bound to send all Brownie's pens back very soon. I was gonna say next Monday, but that doesn't really mean anything to you because this is posted later. But yeah, tiny bit of ink in that Schmidt converter. I twisted down the converter a little bit to have some drops of ink go at the nib so the feed is saturated. And now we put this back on. We go for a writing sample. I am trying to find a nib size indication, but I do not have it, so we are going to guess at the nib size. Anyway, let me zoom in, and I'm gonna turn the page back to have like a nice fresh page, and hopefully it'll focus. So I would say let's call it the Suzuki Moonlit, because that is the last name of the person who made it, pen from Kickstarter. And this ink is Gerben. It's that blue one that I can't really pronounce. Bleu des profondeurs. So not French, which is like one of my favorite blues. And interesting. I don't know if the feed just isn't fully saturated. It should be because I let like 4 drops of ink go through the nib. But this nib is very dry. If I push, more ink comes out, but it is very dry. And if you've been following me for a long time, you know that that is not something I enjoy. I like wet nibs, wet and new. Let me make that an exclamation point. It might be that it just needs to get going a little bit. I should give it a little bit more time. But like when I just do no pressure downstrokes, it like doesn't even really write very well. This is of course a very like generic nib, and you can replace it with a different number 6 probably, but this nib is not great. Now I don't really know what this pen has cost, so I can't really say whether this was really an expensive dud, but if I were the owner of this pen, I would definitely have some nib work done. So it's an interesting pen, it's interesting looking, but the writing experience for me is very lacking. It is very, very dry. The feel is very good, like holding the pen, writing with the pen, aside from the nib feel, it's very, very nice. It is a very good and balanced weight on this pen. Very enjoyable, but as I said, the nib, not my favorite. You might be able to pair this with an ink that is very wet and it would write better, but my experience with this ink is that it's not very dry. It's decently flowing, so I would say this is the nib. It might be that the tines are too tight and you have to like split them open a little bit. If you push it a little bit, I'm not pushing too hard because it's not my pen, more ink comes out. So yeah, I would say the tines of this nib are way too tight. Yeah, interesting pen. Now the thing is, there was a big instruction about capping this pen, so I'm gonna actually try and do that. So press it slightly and turn it in the loosening direction. Now I gotta admit, I don't remember what the loosening direction is, but I'm gonna see if this is it. Oh, it's going. How does that work? What is the instruction? I can just cap it like normal. I don't have to press it in the loosening direction until I hear a click. Oh, I think they mean like when you know that sorry about the focusing. When you're sure that it's on the threads right, but it's not really click. Weird. Anyway, Just use a normal capping motion and you'll be fine. Yeah, interesting pen. Not my favorite nib. Yeah, cool. Anyway, hope you enjoyed this video about this first look at a pen. I definitely enjoyed doing it with you guys. If you have any questions, please leave them down below and I'll try to answer them. Thank you guys for watching. Bye bye.